Hey guys, welcome to ZBLL USET Part 5. So, today, in this video, I'm actually not going to be covering one COLL set. Since the next two COLL sets are just mirrors of each other, I'm going to be covering 6 of each COLL set today and 6 of each set next time. So it's just 6 cases and their mirrors. Alright, so the first case is when there's a 2x1 block, and that's it. So there's not going to be a line here. There's a line on the other case like this. So for these cases in particular, since they're just mirrors, you don't actually need to recognize CP fully. So what I do is I only recognize, so for this case, these two corners are the same, these two are opposite. For this case, these two are the same and these two are opposite. So I only recognize that it's one of these cases, and then I look at what the blocks look like. So there's a 2x1 block here and nothing there, and a 2x1 block here. So when the block's on this side, you do an alg, and when the block's on this side, and you don't need to really worry about CP because these are the only cases. So for the first case, when it's on the left, this is just the normal COLL alg. So it goes R2 D prime, RU2 R prime D, RU2 R. And for this one, block on the right, you hold it back here, R2 D, R prime U2 R, D prime, R prime U2 R prime. Alright, so for the next two cases, it's the same thing, except this time there's a 2x1 block and a line. So this time it's a little different. When you have the 2x1 block on the right, it's going to be that CP. So when you have the 2x1 block on the right, what you do is it's the same alg as the block on the left for the last case, except slightly different. So you do R2 D prime, and then instead of RU2 R prime, you do wide R U2 wide R prime, D RU2 R. Same for this one, so it's only two moves different, just the wide R's. So you do block on left, bar. So R2 D, wide R U2 wide R prime, wide R D prime, R prime U2 R prime. All right. So for the next case, sorry. So these are the cases with 2 bars. So again, you don't need to worry about the CP. Yeah. So you either have like I guess like sort of recognize it like a J perm, but you either have the block on the side on the left or on the right, and then you also have this block in front, either on the left or the right. So what you do is for both cases you hold it like this, and when you hold it like this and there's the block there, it starts out sort of like the alg for this CP, the COLL, the R2D prime, RU2 R prime. So you do that, except you do the winter variation if you know it. It's sort of like an inverse winter variation. It goes R2 D prime, R U prime, R prime D, R2. So instead of doing the U2, you just do a U prime, and then you do U prime, insert the pair, R prime U2 R. So for this one, you do the reverse winter variation, the one that starts with the R2D, just like this COLL. So the bars goes back here and then there. So you do R2D, R prime U, R, D prime R2, and then you insert the pair, RU2 R prime. Alright, so now there are 3 cases, well 6 I guess, but 3 sets of cases that have 1 bar, and they'll all be in the front. So it's sometimes a little tricky to differentiate them. The next 2 after these, you'll actually have to look at CP. There probably are ways to do it without looking at CP. I just find you may as well do it. So for this one, you'll see one bar, no other bars. And then on the side of the bar, you'll see opposite. So it's sort of like this chunk. I guess looks like a T-perm or something like that. So you see the bar and then the opposite chunk. So it can either be on the right or on the left. So these algs are not really mirrors of each other. You could do that, but I don't. So for this case, you see the bar is on the right and the opposite. Alright, sorry about that. It seems like I got a little confused doing those slowly. So, for this one again, when there's the bar on the right and then the opposites, so it's sort of like keyhole. You do R, U prime, R prime, D, R prime, U prime, R, D prime. And then from here, you do R2, U, R prime, U prime. So I sort of look at these two to form a pair. R2U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U2, R prime. Alright, so for this one, when the bar is on the left and then the opposites, this one is sort of just a bunch of 2-gen and then a pretty easy winter variation. So it starts like R prime, U prime, R, U. So just take out the pair, R, U, R prime, U prime. Take out that pair, and then insert that pair, R prime, U, R prime, U. And then instead of doing R, you just cancel into this winter variation, which is F inverse sexy F F R U prime R prime F prime. Sorry if that wasn't so clear, but yeah, it'll be in the description, and it's not too hard. Alright, so now we have oops. Alright, so now we have these cases. So I never really thought about it, but a good way to recognize these would probably just be to see there's only one bar, but then there's a bar here and a bar on this side. So just right before this, I realized that that's actually a better idea than looking at CP. But I'll show you both ways. So you can look at the one bar here, but then there's the 2 bars there, and then you don't need CP. Or you can also just say bar on the right, bar on the left, and when there can be a bar on the right with this CP, where these two are the same, or a bar on the right with the other CP, as there can be a bar on the left with this CP, the opposites, and then there can be a bar on the right with that CP, or on the left with the other CP. Yeah. So you see all the bars. So when you see all the bars and it's like this, you do R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U2, R prime, U prime. And then you do this insert the corner OLO skip thing. R prime, D prime, R, U2, R prime, D, R. This one is just the mirror, and it's from the back. So you hold it like this. R prime, U, R, U, R prime, U2, R, U. And then insert the corner. R, D, R prime, U, R, D, R prime. Alright, so oops, okay. Now, for the last 2 cases, so for this, you see there is a bar there, but there's not a bar there. So that's how you could recognize it. So for these cases, when you have the bar on the left and it's this CP, you do R, U, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L, U prime. And now just insert the pair. R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime. And for this case, when you have the bar on the right and it's this CP, you do R, U prime, L, U prime, R, U, L prime, U, and then just insert the pair. R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U, R. Alright, that's it for this week. I'll cover the next half of both these COL cases next week.